Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you are all having a great day. You guys know the deal, the crypto market has fallen down once again. This is kind of the news of the day, if you will. It was also a bit yesterday. I'm going to read through a couple of things why this could have potentially happened. So without further ado, the valuation of the crypto market has dropped by over $20 billion over the past 24 hours as Bitcoin dropped to $6,400. Since early morning, the crypto market recorded a steep fall from $274 billion to $252 billion, demonstrating a 7% decline in value, while Bitcoin lost 5% of its value. The price of Ether, the native currency of the Ethereum blockchain protocol, dropped by more than 10%. I'll get into that in a minute. On July 9th, the price of Ether hovered at around $480. Over the past 12 hours, the price of Ether dropped to $430, dragging tokens and small cryptocurrencies with it. There's actually a very interesting correlation between Ethereum and other crypto prices now, because there are so many extra fiat pairs attached to Ethereum as well. When Ether drops, it also has a dropping effect on other coins, if you can believe that. This is why I still believe that at least the top 20, top 30 coins should have multiple pairings between them, because we enter situations where if Ethereum gets bad news, then the rest of the market also kind of has to be dragged along with it. That is the price you pay for being the number 2 coin. So yeah, everyone, at the moment, it's kind of around this number depending on which exchange that you were looking for crypto prices. The first thing that it could have been, rather the reason why the prices of everything possibly fell down, MyEtherWallet, otherwise known as MEW or MEW, one of the most well-known services for managing Ether wallets, recently took to social media to relay an urgent message about a potential cyber attack. According to the tweet, the uDWPVB extension was in a hacked state for 5 hours, allowing for the hackers to monitor the activity of some MyEtherWallet users through the extension. They said, urgent. If you have Chrome extension installed and used MEW within the last 24 hours, please transfer your funds immediately to a brand new account. Ironically enough, the VPN service meant to secure your online experience has slipped up again, with this most recent situation being Ola's second case of bad press. The wallet service advised that MEW users who had the Ola extension installed should immediately move their funds to a secure wallet, ensuring that the risk of attack is mitigated. Unlike many other traditional third-party wallets, MEW takes a "you are your own bank" approach, encouraging its users to take control of their own private keys. Although the MEW service has been lauded for the decentralized aspect it offers, the private key system increases the risk of fund loss mismanagement on a user-to-user basis. So this may be part of the reason why Ethereum saw a larger hit than the other, than the other coins. It's not doing too bad right now. I kind of still have a theory. I don't know if you've noticed over the last couple of, I want to say 2 or 3 months, we've had a lot of news that major companies are going to be creating their own crypto wallets, crypto custody service. But over the same amount of time, we've also had an increase in hacks or potential hacks against just about every single coin. And I mean like every single coin across the board, or every single exchange has had some type of issue. It's kind of weird that we have an increased number of hacks happening on the cryptocurrency space as prices have fallen. If you look at Google Trends, there are a lot less searches for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin. Every single coin is completely down on Google Trends, and meaning people are not searching for them as the prices have fallen. Yet, as the prices have dropped by more than 60 to 70%, sometimes 80% for certain coins, there seems to be an increase in the number of random hacks that are going on inside the cryptocurrency space, which kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. You don't hack a fortress that's losing all of its money. You know, it's kind of already not dead. You guys understand what I'm saying? It's kind of odd that we have this great news. If you look at news anytime, well, not anytime, but mostly on Forbes or Bloomberg or NASDAQ or CNBC, wherever you get your financial news from, they always talk about that these new exchanges are coming out, that this is definitely going to be launching, that this, major brand who we've known for the last 50, 60 years, they're also getting into crypto. They're also going to be creating their own crypto exchange or crypto wallet. But for some reason, while the prices are going down in the crypto market, we've seen a massive increase in the number of hacks, which kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. The other thing that it could have been is that new laws went into effect in Europe. The EU fifth anti-money laundering directive came into force yesterday, July 9th. Cointelegraph auf Deutsch reported on July 10th, so this is about a day or two ago, depending on how you are thinking about it. Measures within the directive will set a new legal framework for European financial watchdogs to regulate digital currencies in order to protect against money laundering and terrorist financing, because we all know that is exactly what cryptocurrencies are for. As the EU Commission wrote in an accompanying press release, the new rules enact stricter transparency requirements directed at the use of anonymous payment through prepaid cards and virtual currency exchange platforms for the purposes of money laundering or terrorist financing. The EU Commission wrote, and I do quote, "The fifth anti-money laundering directive also increases the cooperation and exchange of information between anti-money laundering and prudential supervisors, including with the European Central Bank," end quote. The Commission writes that in order to assure proper protections against the possible illicit use of digital currencies, the proper authorities should be able to observe how they are used, and they said, for the purposes of anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism, AML-CFT, competent authorities should be able, through obliged entities, to monitor the use of virtual currencies, end quote. In order for the regulators to effectively monitor virtual currencies, the Commission states that regulators should be able to associate currency addressers with owners and should form a mechanism for self-reporting. They said, to combat the risks related to the anonymity, National Finance Intelligence Units, or FIUs, should be able to obtain information allowing them to associate virtual currency addresses to the identity of owners of virtual currency. In addition, the possibility to allow users to self-declare to designated authorities on a voluntary basis should be further assessed, end quote. Anything like this scares a lot of people. I have gone to a number of crypto meetups and stuff like that in Europe, as I am in Europe. And when I meet people, one of the main things that they have a problem with is, obviously, as everyone else, is government intervention in their own funds, or the government being able to say what they can and cannot do with their own money, especially when it comes to cryptocurrencies, which were made in order to not get away from the government, but for us to have more power over our own funds, as opposed to someone else or a third party or even a second party saying what we can or cannot do with them. So this could have, I don't think it was probably the main cause for everything, but it could have put a tiny dent in the market, at least a 1% drop, at least within Europe. As Europe is a relatively large place, we have over 1 billion people here, and this definitely hampers when people are definitely trying to be more free-spirited. I don't really know how to say it. You guys kind of get what I'm saying. So it probably is a mixture of this, the EtherWallet thing, and I also read somewhere, I forgot to open one of the tabs here. It had to do with the situation happening in India right now. Apparently, the law for the crypto ban, whatever you want to call it, that happened in India, took place, I believe, on the 5th or 6th of this month. But apparently, financial services had until yesterday to be able to deal with customers. They didn't want, because I think they gave the rules on the 3rd. They were supposed to be enacted on the 5th and 6th. So they said they would give financial institutions, that pretty much banks and or crypto exchanges, an extra couple of days in order to get people to be able to cancel their accounts, to be able to cash out of crypto, whatever the need might be, to be able to swap back into fiat. So they gave them an extra couple of days. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, from the articles that I read, that yesterday was the last day that they were allowed to do this. So there could have been a huge, or probably was, a massive sell-off as people were trying to pretty much recoup their funds. There was an article that I read on the same exact topic. It said there was such a huge misbalance between exactly where people were selling. I think more people were selling on major, I think there's only a couple crypto exchanges within India. People were massively selling on one of them. So what a lot of people were actually doing were buying the suppressed price on the major crypto exchange. Were going to smaller crypto exchanges that other people weren't using, and they were literally buying Bitcoin. Let's say they were buying it, hypothetical number, for 500 on one website, and they would be able to sell it on another website for 1,200, and they kept on doing this swapping over and over. Who knows exactly what happened after that, but there was definitely an imbalance because of all this, thing that was happening in India. So it could be one of these three things. In the crypto market, I mean, we never really honestly know. It could be, multiple things at once. It could be, this could have all been done by one or two whales who were selling all their Ethereum, selling all of their Bitcoin at once. But as of now, it seems it could have been the MyEtherWallet, the new EU laws, or the finalization of the banning of cryptocurrencies in India, or cryptocurrency trading, I believe it is. This is the market right now. We're actually up a tiny bit than we were before, about an hour or so ago, which isn't too bad. I mean, it's not the worst dip that we've seen before. We have had dips before of around 18 to 20%. So I think we have done relatively well. When you read around, or rather when I click around to find news that is happening today, a lot of it is going back into the technical analysis part, where they talk about that bears are once again in control of the market. I don't think there was actually a day where bulls were actually in control. Just because we go up by around 8-9%, I don't think we are back in a bull market. I think we're exactly where we were before. There's a lot of instability in the market. You can even look at the 24-hour volume for a lot of the coins. They are almost completely decimated. Like, this has 7.9 million as a daily volume. So the market is relatively fragile now. We need clarification. I don't even know anymore. We need something in order to bring back stability, or at least some type of strength into the market. But this may not happen for quite some time. So a lot of people keep saying that coins are on sale. I have not stopped buying. I only buy and hold, at least for the moment. But yeah, this is kind of where we are right now. This seems to be the reason why the market has been dropping over the last 24 hours. Nothing too spectacular. Even Litecoin is barely down even 1%, which is relatively good. But let's move on. Huobi is in the news. Huobi crypto exchange has opened trading on its newly created US-based strategic partner Hbus, or Hbus, depending on how you want to say it. According to a press release shared with Cointelegraph yesterday, Huobi's new cryptocurrency marketplace comes via a San Francisco-based partner company called Hbus, whose creation was first announced in early June. As of 10 a.m. Pacific time, Huobi, or Hbus, is live for trading, supporting 22 cryptocurrencies. I'll get back to that in a minute, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, Tether, and others. The new platform also provides traders with an overview of market data for listed cryptocurrencies, including candlestick and depth charts. As of July 6th, Hbus has been accepting account verification requests from U.S. residents who have also been able to deposit their crypto holdings in advance of today's launch. Presumably, as the firm awaits the all clear from regulators, trading on Hbus is not currently open to residents of Alabama, Connecticut, Georgia, Louisiana, New York, North Carolina, Hawaii, Vermont, and Washington. I always found it very odd that it is called the United States of America, but they have completely different laws and completely different regulations when it comes to not even just taxation. When you have to get the clear from different regulators in different states, especially for New York. New York is like one of the most difficult places to get anything done. So this is yet another crypto exchange that has opened. Have not heard too much about it, but I'm always reporting when a new exchange is opened, especially if you are in the US or are able to make use of any of these exchanges, simply because I like the added liquidity that it brings to the market, even if it's not too much. It actually, okay. When I Googled around, typed in Hbus crypto exchange, Hbus crypto, Hbus, I think Huobi, a lot of different things. It took a while to actually find this. It's actually simply just hbus.com, and you kind of completely get to it. If you click on markets at the very top of the website, you actually see exactly the crypto markets. You can see that there are not many people trading on here at the moment. It said in the article that they were, 22 cryptocurrencies. I clicked around. They are only supporting around 4. Under the US dollar, or USDT rather, excuse me. They have Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Ethereum Classic. Litecoin, Dash, CVC, and Qtum are completely gray, and when you click on them, it says trading on Hbus is coming soon. Even when you click for Bitcoin trading pairs, they have Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, LTC-CVC and QDM. There is no scroll down on this list over here, meaning they are only at the moment supporting 4 cryptos with another 4 to come. So I don't know exactly how they got that number of 22, but I think the market, or rather I've been possibly kicked out because I didn't sign in. Oh, I'm on the, yeah, sorry. There we go. Yeah. So anyway, not a lot of people are using it, but I'm sure more people, well, it's a huge buy order, are slowly getting back into the space, if you will. So yeah, this is another crypto exchange that has opened. In my honest opinion, when it comes to a new crypto exchange, I know that it might seem new, fancy, and shiny. I would give it like 2 weeks, honestly, before you start using a new platform, simply because a lot of them might not be stable. A lot of new platforms are easy, quick targets for people who are trying to hack into these systems. So give it a couple of weeks, see how other people feel about it. I usually wait 2, maybe 3 weeks. After the 2-3 week period, start searching around Google to see how other people feel about Hbus, how trading is done, if you are day trading, and to see exactly if the custody aspect, as in if you can put your coins onto this website and have them be safe, how other people have felt about it and how their customer service is. Don't jump too quickly into a new crypto exchange. A lot of them, not that they can't be trusted, you guys get what I'm saying. It's always in the crypto space because of hacks. Just give it some time before you start using a new platform. Here we go. China is in the news. A vice governor of the People's Bank of China, or the PBOC, has again issued strong statements against ICOs, singling out those that have moved overseas but are still marketed to investors in China. Speaking at an internal meeting of the Internet Finance Rectification Working Group on Monday, Pan Gongsheng reiterated that ICOs, disguised ICOs, and crypto assets trading are illegal in the country and represent illicit forms of fundraising and securities insurance. Although China has issued an outright ban on ICOs in September 2017, Pan said a lot of the projects that moved overseas as a result are still making themselves available to the Chinese market. According to a report from local business media source Yisai, I don't know how to say that, Pan stated, "Any new financial product or phenomenon that is not authorized under the existing legal framework, we will crush them as soon as they dare to surface," end quote. Authorized by China's state control in 2016, the group is tasked with executing financial regulators' directions for controlling illegal activities in the sphere of internet finance. The report did not offer details on how the body intends to curb the foreign ICOs and crypto trading. However, the news was followed by an item at another state-owned media source indicating that China's messaging giant WeChat appears to have increased in efforts to spot cryptocurrency traders using the platform over recent months. I'm not going to talk directly against China in any way in this video, or probably at all. Look into, I had this conversation with my same friend last night. Look into exactly what China is doing. China is a very interesting place. I understand that they don't like cryptocurrencies. I get it. We all understand that. But can you imagine, for instance, let's say you don't like broccoli, and then you go and tell your friend that you don't like broccoli, and then a week and a half later you point out to a whole group of people that you don't like broccoli, and then a month later you give a press conference stating that you don't. I don't understand their entire, like, we get it. There was an article yesterday as well about what's happening in China. I think they've lost more than 90% of their influence on the crypto market. I think less than 1% of what they had before of people are actually still probably holding and or trying to trade crypto within their country. We get that they don't like it. I don't understand why China is so adamant about not liking cryptocurrencies or ICOs. We completely get it. I don't understand what their entire thing is. There is something happening in China. This is all I'm going to really say about it. They have something, so you may know that YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, anything that you use on a daily basis, and I mean on a daily basis, is completely banned in this country. And they have other ways for people to communicate. One of them is WeChat, and pretty much the Chinese government pretty much controls every single aspect of everything inside the country, and they're now looking through messaging apps that they have complete control over as well. They can look through the entire thing if they want, and they're trying to find people who are talking about cryptocurrencies to try and get them in trouble. It's very intense. I still firmly believe that they're going to eventually allow crypto trading within the country, but I don't understand the scare tactics or the fear that they're trying to instill into other people in their country who are no longer even trading cryptocurrencies, especially if they're not even in the country anymore. Don't really understand what the not hype, why they're so obsessed with the cryptocurrency space. Next up, on a somewhat lighter note, the Malta-based crypto outfit Stasis has just launched their new digital currency project called EURS, or EURS, which is pegged at a 1-to-1 level against the euro. The launch took place at the Malta Chamber of Commerce buildings, where Prime Minister Joseph Muscat also made an important announcement about the new crypto and blockchain legislation that was passed through the Maltese parliament. Speaking exclusively to CCN, CEO and founder of Stasis, his name is Gregory Klumov, said that there was considerable demand for institutional investors for such a stable coin. He said, "We received a lot of interest from institutional investors. They want transparency and security first and foremost. There are also those investors who want to reduce the volatility of their portfolios and are looking for a stable coin to do so. Such investors participate in ICOs and with fiat banking systems. You can't execute a transfer immediately, which is essential with such investments. EURS, EURIS, allows you the kind of flexibility to execute transfers immediately in a transparent manner. Our reserves are verified daily, so every investor will have confidence that the tokens issued are backed up," end quote. Asked about the possibility of future pairings, Klumov said that there was an option that could be explored in the future. However, he said that Ethereum remained the best blockchain around at the moment for cryptocurrency operations. EURS, or EURS, aims to address a growing demand from European institutional investors toward cryptocurrencies. The stablecoin will provide a trustworthy haven during excessive periods of cryptocurrency market volatility, while also enabling a free off-chain transfer of assets via a blockchain. EURS will be available for purchase on the London-based exchange DSX from July 4th onwards. Other major cryptocurrency exchanges will follow suit in coming months, according to Stasis. This is probably, I think, the 9th or 10th stablecoin that we have had that has launched, but I believe this is the first, if I'm not mistaken, stablecoin that is pegged to the euro. I have a strong, I'm pretty sure that we're going to get a lot more of these in the coming months, especially those that are actually pegged to the euro. But this kind of literally ties into this. You may have noticed as I was reading exactly what that guy said, he said multiple times things about transparency, security, in a transparent manner. This pretty much all has to go down with laws and rulings for exactly what has to happen within the continent. But yeah, very interesting how many stablecoins that we have coming out. I feel like this is all tied together. I know a lot of people aren't for, it's not even a conspiracy theory. I mean, when the news is kind of out there and you read about it, you know, it all kind of makes sense, especially if you kind of tie it together. I feel like it's just another cog in the wheel of the regulation space, and that a lot of people are looking for a stablecoin within Europe, and they probably are not leaning towards the USD or the TUSD, and they want something that is pegged specifically to the euro that will possibly end up being used by Binance, as they have moved ship and are now in Europe, and also by other cryptocurrency exchanges, because the European government probably wants something that is pegged to their currency as opposed to the Japanese yen or anything other thing like that. Anyway, that is the news for today. There's actually a little bit more. I decided to keep some of it out of it. It's not super important. I say that, but then like 6 weeks later, it actually ends up being important. That's the funny thing about the cryptocurrency world. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I hope it's amazing. Thank you once again for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you all soon. See you.